Hello and welcome to my birthday special video, because my channel is now 5 years old. I cannot believe I've been doing this for 5 years. It does not seem anywhere near that long. But in case you haven't seen one of these before, which statistically is unlikely that anyone has because they don't do particularly well, but you know, they don't intend to. They're just here for people who like watching the channel and are interested. What I like to do is talk about the past year, talk about the stuff going on at the moment, and then talk about the stuff that I'm planning to do for the next year. And so, we normally look at some analytics, and I normally chat a bit. So if I scroll down to the last birthday special, which was, of course, a year ago, since then, let's see what I've done. We have Railroads Online, which I will get to later, but I do intend to bring back this random music thing that I made because it was funny. Bit more Railroads Online. And then we have SnowRunner Season 9 DLC, so obviously there's a few episodes of that. Then we have the Landfall Archives, which did really well. I'm not surprised. I recorded that as soon as I could. I hadn't even played it, and as a fairly popular thing that was brand new, it kind of exploded a bit and did really quite well. Because it was a year old, it got most of the views in the first bit, and it is still actually getting some, which is kind of surprising. Wouldn't expect it to be getting any more. And then we have this random video that I just felt like making using the flood mod in Beam and Cliff Roads, because I just was doing that on my own. I thought, you know, I'll just record it, stick it on the channel, see what happens. It got 387 views. Then we have a bit more Season 9. I made so many videos of Season 9. How did I manage that? And then we have one of the most popular videos I have ever released on the channel, which is just about the remastering of vehicles. And, well, I was kind of right, because one of the vehicles that I said most needed a remaster got a remaster. They remastered the T-Series recently, and it's great now, and hopefully we'll get the bus next. That has currently 10,000 views, which is just amazing. I'm so happy it's done this well. And it's got 93 comments, which is by far the most on any video on my entire channel, I think. And we have a bit more SnowRunner. There has been a lot of SnowRunner this past year. It's been something that I've been enjoying playing, and I've been able to make content on, because I obviously can't make content on every bit of the game because most of the gameplay is really dull. So I have been having to do a lot of work in between episodes to prepare for the stuff I've been doing in it, but once I've actually sat down to record it, most of what I record goes in, by which I mean about a quarter of it, because I do end up with a lot of empty space between interesting bits of gameplay. This video about the amount of boost you can get in BeamNG was just a random thing that I was like, the last BeamNG video did really well, can I try and replicate this? So I tried to replicate it, and it wasn't anywhere near as successful. I mean, it wasn't bad, but this video, I guess, I just happened to hit a spot in the algorithm that it liked. There was the Gamma 500 update for Beam, so I tried to make some content on that. Did okay. And then we have the next SnowRunner season, and I didn't put on the previous season, I was putting like Season 9 Ontario in the title, and I didn't do that on these. And then, I mean, this is one of the lowest quality videos I've released in a while, to be honest. It required a lot of editing and re-recording of things because I kept saying things wrong, because guess what, I had no idea what I'm talking about. Because I have played ETS2, it hasn't been on the channel, but I have a lot of money and stuff, and I just found a cool little semi-exploit that I wanted to show off, so I attempted to do that, and it was moderately successful in terms of actually getting my point across. I tried to convince people in the Minecraft mob vote and failed, because the good option lost to the stupid armadillo, which I'm still annoyed about. And then we have Scandinavia DLC for SnowRunner, also not the best. And then I made a video about the Minecraft End update that I want, and no one watched it. And then some more SnowRunner. It's like, yeah, it gets really SnowRunner heavy towards the end of this past year. I did not realise just how much SnowRunner content I've been making. Although this last one has done fairly well about the stupid truck categories, because I stand by my point, they are just completely weird and wacky. So that's what I've been up to for the past year. not actually all that much. I've somehow only made 28 videos in the past year. Taking a look over the analytics tab now, you can see a certain spike here. It's almost like I released a popular video then. But yeah, I released the truck cannery video and I got this nice little spike. Let's go to the advanced mode and put it to 365 days, because we are talking about the past year. And so here's that spike here, where the truck cannery video appears, and here's the weird spiky mess around here that YouTube algorithm decided to give me when I released the BeamNG car remaster video. Normally when I do a popular video, it's a spike like this, or it's something like this where it gets sort of initial thing and then a little bit else. But this one just went up a bit and then went down, then went up, then went down, then went up. Oh, never mind, we're going to go really high. So that's the YouTube algorithm for you. Most of the other things, as you can see, make basically no difference to the graphs. This video, for some reason, has a bunch of extra little peaks. If I put some smoother lines on, it still doesn't actually provide any distinction for the stuff down here. The orange one, oh, they haven't an infinite item in Minecraft, which is from the 22nd of October 2022. That's a lot of twos, but that's been getting views slowly over time. It's one of those videos that does that, like my old Fragfest tuning tutorial, which is kind of wrong in some places. It is kind of just inaccurate, but it still gets me some views. Not as much as it used to. Now if you look at my the subscription graphs, you can see that out of all the people who watch my videos, on average 1.3% of them are subscribed. So if you're watching this video and you are subscribed, maybe you and everyone else who watches this video can get this up to 1.4%. Although it is nice to see that on average my subscribers watch my videos for longer than those who don't. I guess that is why you would subscribe to a channel, is because you want to watch the content. You may have noticed recently that I have got rid of the end screen. I got rid of the intro a little while ago, but I got rid of the end screen because I realised that people weren't really clicking cards. Like, on this one here, it's got some at this peak here because, you know, the video that got actual views, the BeamNG remaster one, got some people to click it. Most of the time, they do literally nothing. Like, just a bunch of zeros, occasionally a few single-digit numbers. And so I just decided, you know what, I'm just not going to bother, so I haven't been putting them on videos recently, and, you know, it's not really made a difference, to be honest. Also, the same thing with cards, except they were even less useful. A total of 4 teaser clicks had been made, and of those, only 1 had actually led to someone going to the video. So if we look at the card teasers shown, which is basically just how many times it appeared in the top right corner of people's screens, you get 1,400 times. And of those, they were clicked on 4 times, which leads you to getting the clicks per teaser shown of 0.3%. And of those, the clicks were only ever made once, meaning that of the 0.3%, it was apparently 6.3%, which doesn't add up in the slightest. But, you know, you can just see from 1,400 teasers shown, we got 1 click through to a video. 43% of people are watching on a computer, 37.7% of people are on mobile phone, 11% on TV, and 8% on tablet. And of these, people on TV tend to watch the longest. I don't know how that is of any relevance to anything, but that's a cool statistic to know. And unsurprisingly, 18 to 24-year-olds is the most popular demographic for my content. That's probably a running theme across the entirety of YouTube, to be honest. Nobody over the age of 65 has watched my content. One of the more useful things to look at is the traffic source, and we can see that most of my views come from browse features, which, according to YouTube itself, is basically just the home screen and subscription feed, which contributes 41% of all my views. Then there's YouTube search at 23.9%. Anyway, I've waffled on about this for way too long. There are other important things that I need to mention. So first off, and most importantly, I have a new PC. I got it fairly recently. The last video, the truck cannery video, was actually made on it. Not that you can tell, because I didn't do anything in it other than look at the garage, but maybe you could see slightly higher quality. But what this means is that I will be able to record games with higher graphics, more intensive games, maybe, and hopefully in better quality. So that, like, the actual video quality itself, because often they have been a bit sort of, I don't know, not exactly like grainy, but the quality of the videos hasn't been as high as I would like it to be, so from now on it should be, because this thing is pretty powerful. What this also means is that games that I had previously had to sort of stop playing because of performance are going to come back. So Minecraft, which I haven't really done anything in for a little while, I intend to bring back probably after 1.20.5 comes out, and then all the mods update to that. Other games that are going to come back, Railroads Online, I mentioned earlier, it updates to Unreal Engine 5, which basically is my old PC couldn't handle. This one handles it perfectly fine. There is a new update that is planned for that game, and I guess when that comes out I'm going to be able to record it. We'll see if anyone wants to watch it, because they're making an Alaska map. It's the winter update, even though it's going to come out in February. Something that I haven't done for a little bit longer, which some of you may remember, all the way back in August and September 2021, I was building the Flying Dutchman from Pirates of the Caribbean in Scrap Mechanic, and I had to stop because the game couldn't handle it. It just became a laggy mess, and it became completely unplayable. However, with a new PC, it's going to be better. I have tested it. It's still a bit laggy, but that is not the PC. Like, when I stopped doing this over 2 years ago, I was expecting that the game would have an update which would optimize it before I got a new PC. Here we are. They haven't released an update for it. We've been waiting like over 3.5 years for Chapter 2 of Survival, which is longer than it took them to release Survival after the first announcement that they were planning to add Survival, pretty much. Like, they said they were going to make Survival like 3 years before they released Chapter 1, and it's been longer than that, and they haven't released Chapter 2, and they've promised us optimizations, but for some reason, the way that the devs of the game like to do things is that they basically don't communicate at all, and don't release anything, and then release one massive update. And let's be honest, no one in the community particularly likes that way of doing it, but there's not much we can do about it. However, I am trying to do more work on this project, and it is coming back. Also planning on making more Beam content, of course, because I like Beam. I play Beam a lot. I just recently hit 1,000 hours of the game, which is ridiculous. I don't know how I've managed to do that in a game that has, like, really, it has no actual content, to be honest, but, you know, I somehow like the game enough that I've played it way too much of it, so hopefully I'll think of some fun things to do in Beam as well. If I go to my most recent, like, actual content video, to be honest, just, like, looking at it, this is in apparently 1080p, but, like, look at it, it's all not that great quality. It's like, it just doesn't look very good. Things are a bit blurry because I had to have my bitrate down, because otherwise it just overloads the encoder, and now I've whacked up the bitrate and even got a slower encoder for higher quality, and it can deal with it because this new PC is great. Yes, anyway, I have rambled on long enough. If you have watched this, especially to the end, thank you. This is not particularly a video that is going to attract much attention, I don't think, but as I said at the start, I'm not really trying to attract attention with this video. This is more for the subscribers, the few of you that are out there that actually seem to watch my content according to the analytics. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't get distracted, go subscribe now, and until next time, goodbye.